Welcome to our channel. In the last session, we discussed components in React.js. So under React.js, we have mainly two components. One is class component that we discussed in the last session. Now in this session, we are moving to the next component, that is functional component. Whether it is a class component or functional component, the main purpose of maintaining React.js is it needs to generate a reusable user interface components. Now, coming to this functional component, here also these are normal like JavaScript functions. It returns the user interface, that is React elements based on some props. Simply props in the sense the properties they receive. That means the component generally receives some properties. Based on the property, it produces some user interface components. Compared to class component, these functional components are easy to develop. Clear? This is the way how do we write functional component. Anyway, first one, import React. Now, like JavaScript function, so function keyword, the name of the function. So here within the function, you need to write return statement. Now this is returned by this function. So what it written? Welcome to our channel. This message is written by our function app of. Now you need to understand rendering. What is mean by rendering? Whatever the code we written, that code is converted into user interface component on the screen. That is, whenever we are open some browser, something is displayed to the user. How that is displayed? By rendering one component. That component is converted into an user interface. So that is the main thing of React only. Along with the predefined component, React can render user defined components also. Okay. Now thing is, how do we render the component? We have render of one method is available under React DOM. So for this, we are writing the component as the parameter. Once you are placing the component as a parameter in the render method, this component is converted into user interface. Okay. Now, how do we initialize the component? That is, to be interface, to be visible in the user interface, that must be converted into an element. How it is possible? By using the syntax constant, some element name is equal to component name. Remember, here use the first letter as uppercase, otherwise system consider this one as HTML tag. But remember, this is not a tag, this is a component. To avoid that confusion, here the component name starts with capital letter. Clear? Now, how do we use this component? We will discuss with one simple example. Now, go to our VS Code. You already know the procedure. This is the class component that we discussed in the last session. Ignore everything. So, app.js. I am removing everything. Under app.js, what is the first step? Import React your required module from React. So I am importing my required module. How do you write the functional component function? Here you can give any name. Just for simplicity, initially I given app. Later examples I will change. Not a problem. App. Observe A is capital letter. The component name is capital letter. Now it return something. So here I will write down some message. Whatever the message you want, you will can write. Welcome to our channel. Whether it is a functional component or class component, what is the step? You need to import. Again, either named import or default import and export. Okay, here the first step is app.js. I am exporting what is my component app. Save. What is the entry point for any React application? index.js. Within this index.js, I'm removing everything. Index.js. First, what I am doing? Import. What is the component? My component is app. From I am importing my component from where? App.js file that is available in the current directory. You know that one dot specifies the current directory. Now constant root is equal to react dot create root document by get element by id render. Everything is same. Here the component name is app. This is rendering. Whatever you written inside that is displayed. Okay, now save. See, React is defined but never used. So just one warning message is displayed. Just one warning message is displayed. Suppose if you are removing this one, save React here anyway. Fine. Warning is not a problem. You got it? Warning is not a problem. Any other else? Right. Everything is fine. Now go to the browser. See, the message is displayed. Welcome to our channel. Yes or no? Welcome to our channel. The message is displayed or not? So, this is the way to create a functional component. Remember, sir, I am not interested to write the function like this. If you want, you can write arrow functions also. Suppose I will write like this constant. Not only app. I said already, not only app. For example, welcome use my some function welcome is equal to how do write the component that is arrow function return. Just I changed the message. Suppose h1 I return my name. So constant welcome within that one I return some statement and close this one and close this one. Now what you need to export? You need to export welcome. Got it? You can give the component name as anything. Now move to index.js. Within index.js, what is the thing? Instead of app, you need to download welcome. Here component name is welcome. Now save. Fine. Go to the browser. See, my name is displayed. Yes or no? This is the way how do we write the functional component. Now you are getting the basic idea whether you are using a normal function or arrow function. Now, the next to the most important thing is props. What is mean by props? Simply the properties. Props specify the properties. These are simple functional arguments. So, while once every component have some attributes, in a similar fashion, the props are acts as the functional arguments. Now, I will explain with one example. Then you will get some idea. Suppose to avoid this, I am writing one normal function, some app. Here I will write down props. Props specifies the properties. Props specify the properties. Return whatever the tag you want, you can write. Now, welcome to our channel. I return the message like this. Here, whatever you are passing through index.js, here understand carefully. Suppose first I will change this one app. Now here I am calling the component app. So here just we are calling the component, that is rendering this component. While rendering this component, what I am doing? I am passing some information. Whatever the information you given, that is stored under props. Suppose see here I am given some information. Suppose some text is equal to I given my channel name. Okay, text is equal to I given my channel. Now observe, while rendering, this text is behave as a prop. Now what props consists of? The props consists of the information like this. Props dot, what is the message there? Text. What is the message there? We are passing text. Now save this one. Sorry, here you need to export which one? You need to export app. Save this one. Save index.js. Now go to the browser. Observe, welcome to our channel, TV Nagaraju Technical. Now you understand the thing carefully. Here in this app, you are not given any value. My name is not given. I am getting the name from the index.js. Now understand like this. This is a user defined component. Suppose this component is used by anyone. For example, welcome to our channel. Here I changed the name. So this component will works according to the given name. I think you got the point. Whatever the name you given, according to that name, your component is working. Clear? This is the way to use props in functional component. The next thing is components in components. What is the meaning of this one? One component is placed inside another component. I will show you one example. So assume my component name is app1. Okay, here I am not using any props. If you want, you can use props. That is not a problem. Suppose, see this one. I changed it like this. Anyway, I have props. Function app1 props. Return. I return some statement. Welcome to our channel. Now what I am doing? Function app2. Here also props. Now return. Here the most important thing is, in the previous example, still now I return only one statement, and it consists of only one tag, h1 tag or h2 tag or p tag, only one tag. But you know that one, if any time it can return only one tag. If you want to return more than one tag, then what you need to do? You must and should place in a container tag, either div tag, form tag, or just to open and close like this. That means it returns one parent tag under this multiple child tags. Now in this, what I am doing? App1. App1 along with I return some statement h2 channel props dot some text. Here, which one you need to export, app1 or app2? So here I am exporting app2. Why? I think you got the point. First I return app1. Suppose here I am removing this one. Or else, okay, not is not a problem. So first I am writing app1. That app1 is used in app2. That is the component 1 is placed inside component 2. Now I am exporting component 2. Now coming to index.js, here I am importing app2. Here I am calling app2. Internally, what happened? If you are calling app2, it goes to here. In this one, first it calls app1. The message, whatever the message, that message is displayed, and then continue with one. And then continue with one. Now observe, first to app1 message welcome to our is displayed. Next to app2 message channel is displayed. Now clear, one component is placed inside another component. Okay, this is the way. Now not only this, you can place the components in separate files also, like class components. Observe, here everything is related to class. You can place the components in a separate file. You can import that file only. Suppose I am creating under source, right click, new file. So new file, I given some file name head.js. I given one file name head.js. In head.js, whatever the information you want, you can write. Suppose I am importing like app only. Previously I written app, after that I written welcome. So but all those are written under app.js. Like this, you can create a separate file also, not only predefined file. You got my point? Suppose I written some app1, written just one message, h1 welcome. I written just welcome. Now export. What is the component name? Component name is app1 only. Export app1. Now here, instead of this import, which one you need to import? Import head. Sorry, what is the component name I given? I given app1. Sorry, import app1 from head. Now there is no props in my example, right? Save. Now you got it? So instead of importing the file app.js, I am importing from the file head.js. That is the only thing. So you are getting the message, yes or no? You are getting the message. So this is the way how we are placing one component inside a file. Now composing components means, suppose I have multiple components are there. If you want, you can merge all these components into a single component. That means, suppose I want to create one file. Assume what are the information I required. I required one input field, one password field, one phone number field, like this multiple components. Instead of writing each and every one, I am directly merging all these components into a single, that is composing components. Now I will show with one example. Suppose the function app1 to avoid confusion, I written the messages like this app1. Okay. Now I'm copy. Suppose I will copy three functions. Function app1, next to followed by app2. I return the message as app2. Suppose the function app3, I return the message as app3. Here, whatever you want, you can write inside. You can write anything inside. That is not a problem. Now, function, yeah. Here, what I am doing, whatever the components you want, I am merging all these components. So, app1 like app2, the similar fashion app3. So these three components are merged. Now export default, I am exporting app. Save. Now go to index.js, import. Now save. So app1 is sorry, here app. Two errors, unexpected token, maybe a simple example. Okay, see here, this is the return statement app. Check this one, this additional, while copying it's mistake. Now save. Okay, now go to the browser. Observe app1, app2, app3, all are displayed or not. This is the way to compose multiple components into a single component. Exactly, reverse is also possible. Decomposing component means one large component is divided into multiple components. So here I have one simple example. Observe this example carefully. Initially, here I created one component. What is the component? Form. Same example. Instead of h1 tag, here they written input tag. Whatever you want, you can write. Same logic. Observe, two input tags are written and one button tag is written. Two input tags and one button tag is written. Okay. Here, what is the problem? Suppose I am creating the form, everything is executed successfully. But the thing is, suppose I need to create a form, okay, with three input fields. Assume instead of two input fields, I need a form with three input fields. What is the thing? Again, you need to write the complete form. Yes or no? Again, you need to write the everything with writing, adding one more line. Instead of writing the entire form. Suppose if I break down, the form consists of only one input. The form consists of only one input. So assume this is app one, only one input. I placed whenever I need three input fields, I am importing this three times. If I need four inputs, I am importing this four times. You got my point? That is decomposing. Now, exactly understand carefully. I will write down that one function. Instead of this one, I used some term input is equal to. Why I am writing, you can write normal function also, that is not a problem. Just to understand arrow functions, it is possible to write arrow functions also. Now I am removing everything. Mm. Now observe carefully. Function, some input is equal to, within brackets, arrow mark is given, open the flower bracket. And here you need to give semicolon. Here, instead of function, I think you know that one, directly use constant also. For arrow function, the function keyword is not required. Yes or no? That is the advantage. The function keyword is not at all required. Now, I am writing the statement return. Inside the return, how many you want. If you want, you can use the plain empty tags, or if you want, you can use div tag also. I am writing some message input type is equal to text. Write some placeholder is equal to whatever the message, enter message. I am writing some statement. Just I am writing some statement. Close the input tag. What I am doing? Close the input tag. Give some break. Now, like this, I create one function. Similarly, I will create one button also. I will create one button also. Here, what I am doing inside the button, same statement, return BUTT button, type is equal to, what is the button name I want? I want button name as submit. So the message I want to display, submit. So close the return. Now observe, instead of writing three input fields, here I written input as one component, button as one component. Now here, instead of this one, again I will write this one is also in the form of arrow function constant form is equal to, okay, inside the return, within either div tag or empty tag, how many inputs you want? I want two inputs, right? Input two times. Here I want input three times. I want a button also. I want a button also. So finally, export form. Now you got the point. Save. So how many number of inputs you want? You can use that many number of inputs. Save. Go to the browser. Observe. With two input fields and one text to message is displayed. This is the concept of decomposing components. Now finally you got it, the functional component. So under this functional component, what we discussed, what is the functional component, how do we render a functional component. Now props, how props are used, how one component is placed inside another component, and the components are placed inside the file. How do we compose multiple components into single? Finally, how do we decompose one component into multiple components? This is the concept of functional components. That is the end of today's session. Thank you.